I'm living and loving, paying the bills, keeping things real, man, you know the deal. But when it's time for me to unwind, I gotta go someplace where the sun can shine, and there ain't no better place than out in the country. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. My friends come down and enjoy hanging out, and the kids are knee deep in the sand by the creek. Yeah, we're chasing the dog, let's put another log on the fire. There's times like these that make it all worth the while to me. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. When the night comes down, we're all sitting around, playing guitars under the stars, singing about the nugget I've been dreaming about. And I say even the picture of it weighed 5 pounds, and it's right under the next rock, I do believe. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see, you can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. No other place that I'd rather be.
Ta-da! Hey, no other place I'd rather be. Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday, July the 20th. What's going on here? I'll give you some history. 1881. Sioux Indian chief Sitting Bull surrendered to U.S. federal troops. 1969, Apollo 2. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they landed on the moon. Can you believe that? 1976, U.S. Viking 1 lands on Mars. Yeah, and then they burnt up. Birthdays, Carlos Santana, 75th. That's all that matters, plus many, many others. Anyways, that's all we're going to get into today. I got a lot of other stuff we can go over, talk about, but we'll talk about that later on. Let's see who's all hanging out here. See who I can see. Who's in here already? Paul, welcome, Paul. Wayne, hello. Herb, hello. Patty, hello. David, Randy. Hey, Randy, did you get your big ass nugget? SJB, Brian. First time watching. Welcome, Brian. Ryan, hello. Richard B. 1882. Oh, you changed it to 1882. Anyways, welcome, everybody. You guys are still just coming in. I know we say 5 o'clock. Sometimes we get on a little bit early. It's a little bit earlier than 5 o'clock. So we will, you know what? While we're just sitting here waiting, I'm going to give you the current gold prices. What's happening with gold right now? That's what I want to know. Gold dropped down. It went down below 1,700. Right now it's at 1696.40. What happened to all those big people that were saying gold's going to hit $2,400 by the end of July? Well, guess what? I think it's going in the opposite direction. So I think some of those big people that talk about stuff, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyways, that's what's happening there. Up and down. Somebody said that Russia's dumping a lot of gold on the market, and that's why, to try to fight this war thing, and that's why gold is going down so far. I don't know. I mean, I just know I like to go out. Gone out a couple of times this last week, didn't find anything though, so. Let's see, how configure the GPZ 7000. That's a good machine. That's made for depth. McLime, Icoro. I know I butchered the hell out of that name. The GPZ 7000 just got to go out and use it. I sure did, Jack. Picked it up yesterday. I am trying to get it to look a little shinier. Okay, I want to see some pictures of that there, Randy, with your nice big ass nugget, you lucky one. Lucky. That's because of the coon pecker, Randy. You know that, don't you? All right. Anyway, we have a guest with us. You know, we've been talking about treasures lately, buried treasures and all this type of cool stuff. So we have this guest that's into treasure hunting. So I know you guys are all into looking for buried treasures, aren't you? Let me bring him all in here. Add him in here. There we go. This is Kyle, the treasure guy. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can. Jack, how are you doing?
Hey, all right. Why don't you? I just saw you on my local news channel. That's how I saw you, and I never heard about it before. And then I thought, wow, this is actually pretty cool. And believe it or not, I've gone through and I've looked at all these videos. I've wrote stuff down, clues, got a lot of questions myself.
All right.
Why don't you introduce yourself to people and tell them what it is exactly that you're doing?
Yeah, you bet. So my name's Kyle, and I'm with You Find Treasure. It's a YouTube channel. And basically, kind of what I did was I went out and buried a bunch of $100 bill treasures just kind of throughout the Western United States. And I did that about a year ago. It took me about a year to kind of do it all. Of course, I wasn't doing it every day, but just, when I had the time or when I was on a trip, I would bury a couple treasures and just kind of did it that way. And anyway, my idea was just to kind of create a free game for people to play via YouTube. So what they can do is just watch my videos on the YouTube channel, and it gives clues and pictures and videos of kind of where these berries are. And then, if people want to, they can go out and try to find them, dig them up. And it's a $100 bill, like in a waterproof case. And it's just theirs to keep. It's more or less just a free treasure hunting game that I thought people might enjoy. So I started doing it, and here we are. So,
and it's kind of I remember a couple years ago, just for the hell of it, I went out and I buried a little box, and I put like some silver coins in it, a little piece of gold, and then I'd give little clues about it, and and just to have people going out there and searching for it, and looking was kind of exciting, and that's what I thought what you're doing was kind of pretty cool. So you did 25 of these.
Yeah, so to date I did 25. Yep, correct. And I think I've released. I just released Treasure 16 today, the clue video for it. So I released 16 through 25, and then so there's about 15 obviously left to be released. And what I'm doing is just kind of releasing one about every week. And if nobody finds it, I'll release like a bonus clue the next week. So about every 2 weeks, there's getting to be a new one out there. It's kind of, obviously you're not going to get rich doing it. It's more of just something, if you want to get outside and have some adventure, it's something to do for you. And it's really cool. A lot of families have kind of picked up on it and done it. And the kids, obviously totally love it. So it's kind of that sort of a thing, not a find a hoard or anything like that.
So you buried $100 bill, and if they find it and then prove they found it, then you give them something additional.
Yep. Yeah, you bet. Just because, when I was kind of dreaming up the idea, I had it, and I was like, well, what if people find it and don't tell me? And then, I wouldn't know to like take the treasure down off the website or off the YouTube channel, things like that. So I thought I'd just give another incentive to, if you did find it, just shoot us a message via our website chat box, and we'll send you another $50 just for declaring the find to us. And so far, everybody's done it, and everybody's got the extra $50.
So you did 25 of them, and so there's how many of you let out? 5?
No, there's let's see here. There's 16 through 25 are out, so there's 9 of them that have been released. And currently, 2 of them have still not been found. So there's 2 active treasures right now. Like if you go to our website or our YouTube channel, you can watch the 2 treasures that have not been found. And they're treasure 16 and treasure 18 that are currently active. All the other ones that have been released have been found.
Oh, okay. I was thinking 17 hadn't been found.
Yeah, no. Well, there are, obviously the ones that haven't released yet or haven't been found. But so throughout the summer, every couple of weeks, I'll be releasing a new one.
So is number 17 still out there then?
No, 16 and 18 are out there. So
okay.
17 was found. Yep. And 18's been out there for, I don't know, 3 weeks or so now. And so nobody's found it. So hopefully if anybody's looking at this, check that clue video out and see if you can't figure out where it is. And then I just released 16 today. So that one's brand new. Just got out, 4 or 5 hours ago.
Okay, so I was looking at 17 and I had it narrowed down. It had to be in Utah.
yeah, it sure was. Yeah, I think that was in Utah. That one did get found. It was more of a recognizable place. That one, and so it got found a little bit quicker than like 18.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you look at Treasure 18, it's I don't know, pretty indescript. It's kind of just some desert shots. So, it's more about probably figuring out the clues than looking at those pictures. Once you kind of got close to it, then you could watch the video, look at the pictures, and narrow it down.
So, where in Utah was this thing at?
Which one was that?
17.
Oh, that was in St. George, Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so I had two places because one of your clues was the dragons, and there was an article about the St. George Dragons.
Oh yeah.
And so I kind of had it and there was a town called Dragons too over there on the eastern part of Utah. So I kind of thought it was either over there or in St. George. But then when I saw your video about the sand dunes, and that led me to believe it was down towards the St. George area.
Yeah, and it was right. It was right around Sand Hollow in that lake that they have up there. I don't know how familiar you are with the area, but there's a really neat lake there, and then Sand Hollow, kind of ATV in areas there, and that's where it was hidden.
Okay, yeah, I saw the video too of the lake in the background. So I'm looking on Google Earth on seeing which ones had. That's why I was there down to the southern end. Okay, okay. So what I haven't figured out yet is you're also given what you're calling a cipher clue or something.
Yeah, right. Yep. So and like I say, I just kind of dreamed this up. I don't have any background in treasure hunting or ciphers or anything else, and I just thought ciphers were just kind of a cool extra thing to try to figure out if you're into solving puzzles, things like that. So that's kind of why I added that to it. But obviously, I didn't really know how hard or easy it was going to be, and so I'm finding that it's probably a little bit too challenging without me releasing some clues about how to actually solve it. And if you scroll through some of the comments on the videos, I can't remember which one it is now, but I did release a couple of different clues about the cipher, and they're just kind of buried in those comment areas. But I'm thinking that I'll probably have to do a little bit more to have anyone really, be able to figure it out. I think this might be, without the actual key or something like that, it's going to be one of those things that you might just never be able to figure out, I suppose. But, going into it, I had no idea. So I'm learning as I go here.
Oh, well, I kind of was looking at that cipher. Of course, on number 17, I didn't know that one was found.
Sure.
But I was looking at it where their GPS coordinates says like the 37 degrees and 114, different things like that. I was trying to pick up in there.
Yeah. And, so what I thought was that, and hopefully I'm not giving it away here, but I would imagine people have already figured this out, is I thought people would be able to kind of reverse engineer it, from the previous finds. And so I kind of had that thought about halfway through doing all this. So what I did was I actually made like 5 different keys. So, and then they're randomized. So, every treasure, the cipher, the method of solving the cipher is the same for each one of them, but it's kind of shifted a little bit, if you will. And so there's 5 different keys to the ciphers. And, so if you kind of reverse engineer one and figure out where it is, it's not necessarily going to find the next one. You'll still have to do a little bit of work to crack the cipher after that. Okay,
so then, I've got to ask you, because this will help pick your brain how you're trying to think here. So I'm still looking at clue number 17. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
So on there, like you said, 2 outcrops. Okay, that could be anything. The sand, the water. Okay,
Yep.
that was about the thing. Where did the hurricanes come from?
The hurricanes. Let me just look at that real quick. The hurricane was 1 second here. I kind of was using maps to do it as well. So let me dig up 17 and rewatch it, because another thing is I made these videos. It's been about almost a year since I created a lot of these videos. So not every single one is exactly frozen in my head. But let me play this. I'm just gonna play it on my phone here. That's why I'm looking at. Sorry.
Okay, no. You said one of the clues were hurricanes. The other one was the beheaded dragon. So I'm just wondering how those clues fit into where the treasure was at.
Yeah, so Hurricane is the town of Hurricane. That's what it was.
Okay,
so,
okay,
it's right between Hurricane and St. George. And then the beheaded dragons, I didn't know this, but I was doing some research trying to generate clues for the area. And apparently St. George, which St. George is named after, mythically beheaded dragons, I guess, if you kind of look into the history of it. So that's where that came from. So.
That's what I was saying. I saw that on the St. George and the dragon thing.
Yeah,
that's what led me down to.
Yeah.
But I was wondering on Hurricane, because Hurricane is a little east of St. George, and that's what I was wondering, if it was more towards the town of Hurricane, or if it was.
Yeah, it was. So a little bit closer to that. And then going back to that dragon kind of clue, it was kind of a funny coincidence afterwards. If you go to St. George, if you go into their downtown right now, they put up a new monument. It's almost like an art exhibit in one of their roundabouts downtown, and it's a big dragon. So it all kind of just and that happened after I did it, so it all kind of fell into place. Pretty neat.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty cool. So how long? So how long these treasures been out there? How long
Yeah, so I started doing it last summer, last spring and summer. So it's been a year, going on a year, a little bit over a year, when I first started doing the first berries. And then it kind of took me all the way through, I think I ended up burying the last ones in December of last year. So, 6 months ago. So about a year they've been in the ground. And they're all in waterproof cases. So, and everyone that's been found so far has been fine. So hopefully they keep up.
No, I think it's pretty cool. So whatever possessed you to want to do that in the very beginning?
Yeah, I don't really know. Some other people have asked me that. I don't have a definitive answer. I just love adventure. I'm always kind of dreaming up things. I'm starting businesses and just trying different avenues. And this is just one thing I kind of had in the back of my head for a few years on how to start like a YouTube channel and what people might find interesting. And I've been fascinated by treasure hunts and pirate ships and all that kind of crazy stuff, history just in general. It just is kind of interesting to me. So I've always kind of liked that sort of stuff. And just through brainstorming, kind of came up with, I can't really go treasure hunting. I don't really have the resources or the knowledge and this and that. But maybe what I could do is I could kind of create a treasure hunting game that adventurous people, families might find interesting, and as an incentive, just put $100 in there and just shot it out there, and then it all just kind of came together after that. So, and I'm seeing how it's working, how it's rolling out, and hopefully this kind of takes off and gets, people are liking it, kind of gets popular. And I definitely want to keep doing it, keep doing the berries. And, down the line, they might be different. Maybe I don't bear $100 bill, but maybe I'm bearing, something unique or more, more money sort of thing.
Gold coins.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just old, maybe some. I kind of like old currency, so maybe old currency might be, might vary old currency in some of them, things like that.
So you said there was, from what I saw a while back, 2 of them was in Arizona.
Yeah.
Are they still out there, or they've been found?
They have been found. Yeah. Yep. I think ultimately, gosh, now I think there might have been 3 or 4 I buried in Arizona, and they have all been found. I will give another clue for 18. It's close to the border, Arizona and Utah. So so that one is still down in your guys' neck of the woods. There's a handful still in Utah and Nevada and Montana and Idaho. That's kind of where the remainder are buried at this point.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I got to go find it. I'm kind of limited on getting out, but you know, I am a treasure hunter. I've got more books here on treasuring, and somebody will say, like, have you heard about the Rhodes Mine and the Rhodes Treasure? Man, then I'll start buying all these books on Rhodes Mine and following legends, and you know,
go down those holes.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to any holes. But the Lost Dutchmans and all these, you know, treasure magazines on lost treasures, and I mean, I've just got hundreds of books sitting here. You know, these are cool books here. These are out of print. These ones here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But,
yeah. Those aren't.
If you're familiar with them,
good gems in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's one in here on Utah too, and what it does is it tells you where all these treasures kind of are.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
it gives hints and clues about them.
Well, these are just somebody's compiled this together about like lost treasures, and then you can go try to, you know, I mean, it's just like somebody saying, hey, in this area there was a robbery and the loot's never been found, you know, type
so
thing.
It might be in there. Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
And so it's just you can go look, but I have looked in there and I found some old coins in a park by going by what, you know.
Yeah, did you really? So you were able to find something, huh? Out of it?
Well, in here they said somebody found this old coin that was worth $7,000 in a park.
Jeez.
And that was down in Cedar City, Utah, actually.
Okay. All right.
So
and they really did find it, huh?
Yeah, and that was in the book. And so I looked at the parks, and there was like 3 parks. So I had to figure out which is the oldest park. I found like an 1850 coin, I think it was, in there. So that was pretty cool. But anyways, but no, I like treasures. So.
Yeah, it is fun. I think it's so neat too. Yeah, and like I say, you know, that I've always wanted to kind of partake in that sort of stuff, but just you know, life, you know, how it is. I wasn't able really ever to do it myself, so that's kind of why I ended up doing this. But so what's your take on the Lost Dutchman's treasure? I mean, that one's always a big famous one that I always hear about. Is that myth out there? You think it is something, or have you guys? You guys have looked into that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the superstitions a few times. I spent like, I don't know, a week in the superstitions, but we weren't really looking for the Lost Dutchman, just basically just kind of hanging out and looking around and, you know, just being in there. But I kind of believe that there is no source, so to speak, treasure. He probably found a stash is what he did. Yeah. And that's if it even was in there. He may have just went in there to throw people off his trail too.
Right.
And you know, because there's really not a lot for gold say. So it's more probably he found a stash, and that's probably what he was going for. But that wouldn't make any sense, you know, because generally if the Spanish buried something, they're probably going to be more already smelted down in gold bars and treasures and not just gold ore.
Yeah.
So, and other people say that it's higher up and it's been buried. The government knew about it and they put it underwater, and that's one of the lakes, I guess. That's
one of those reservoirs they have up there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's underwater now, and they knew about it and they just gone forever. But who knows? I don't think it's one of them folklores that just gets people going, and that's pretty cool. So
yeah. It's always something to think about. You know, it's fun. It gets people excited going out there and looking for it.
Yeah, now I got to find. I was moving all my stuff around. I got to find where I wrote all my notes at here for you. So you got a website where people can go on.
Yep.
To look at this here.
Yeah, it's just youfindtreasure.com. So real simple. Same as the YouTube channel. And what I've done on there is there's basically just 3 pages. One is just kind of the home page. The second page is where I'll post the videos of the treasures, for the clues anyway. And then kind of right in the middle of the page will dictate what treasures are active, which ones have not been found. It says it kind of right in the middle of the website on the second page. And then if you want to see the finders of the treasures that have been found, the last page is pictures of each one of the guys or gals that have found the treasure and just kind of them holding it or showing it off. So that's kind of cool, you know. And some of the kids' pictures in there are pretty neat. You know, they seem pretty darn excited to dig up $100 bill.
Oh yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't want $100 right
Yeah,
now?
right,
You know?
right.
So
Yeah.
your overall feeling, do you think your response has kind of turned out what you wanted it to be, or?
Yeah, you know, so it was crazy. I was able to get on the news. I emailed one of the news, I think it's called AZ Family down there in Arizona.
Yeah, that's where I saw you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was able to do they did a segment on it, and it just went crazy. I think they did it on a Friday evening, and that was like right when I first, you know, made the website live, made the channel live. And it went nuts. And, you know, we got, you know, over 2,000 followers kind of within the first couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, something like that. And it was great. And, you know, so we've kind of been going with that. But, you know, as I've moved out, as the treasures have kind of moved out of Arizona a little bit, you know, obviously people aren't going to drive from Tucson or something like that up into Utah just to find $100. It'd be more of if they're passing through already, it might be something fun to do. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to kind of generate more viewers in, you know, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, just basically where the other ones are. Because you know, just because of cost, you know, analysis, like people are just going to find them close to their house, more or less. You know, they don't want to like spend $800 trying to find $100. It's more of a kind of out your back door sort of thing, is what I've been, you know, figuring, or people on trips and vacations if they're driving by. But anyway, yeah, the initial response is awesome. But now I just kind of need to get some more people in the other states just so they can actually get out there and find them. And, you know, I was trying to figure out how to do that. Just like anything, it's just a game of trial and error right now.
Yeah. Well, it gave you time to drive around the country and being sneaky and hiding stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty fun burying them for sure. You know, I didn't do it all in one trip. I did it on a bunch of random ones, but it was a fun thing to do. You know, just get out and go on a little hike and, you know, see areas I hadn't seen either. You know, it got me out.
Well, I'll tell you what I even did today too. I went and looked at one of your videos, and then I downloaded it. Actually, it was 17 because I didn't know that wasn't found yet.
Oh, sure.
I downloaded the video, and you've heard of the things called meta tags, right?
Well, no, I mean, I have, but I'm not an expert at, you know, all of the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So no, yeah, tell me how that.
Like if you take a picture, and then you can run it through a program, a meta program, and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Right. So and you can do that with video too. So I was looking at the video to see if I could run it through that system and see where it was.
Yeah, did it work? Because I thought about that. I thought that because when you have it on your phone or whatever you take it on, it'll tell you where it is, right? Because it's kind of geo-referenced or tagged, like you were saying. And so I thought about that. If I upload the pictures, would that transfer over? But I didn't think it did. But so it didn't, or?
Well, no, because you put them in. You edit it with some other stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, so it didn't work.
Yeah, perfect.
It may come out to wherever you live at, maybe, but it didn't come out to what I was looking for. That I had to take that piece out there, so that didn't work. But I had that thought.
No, I you know, you threw me off with the name, but I kind of thought that when I was doing it, because, you know, I knew that, like, it, you know, it references where you're at when you take them, you know, at least on your own device. But I figured after you kind of threw it through the editor and all that kind of stuff, you know, it probably wouldn't be there anymore. So I'm glad to know it isn't. That might be a pretty easy way to find them.
Well, there's ways, there are programs you can go through to take it out too before you do that there.
Oh, sure. Yep.
So when you were doing this, how long did it take you totally to go bury 25 treasures?
It took about a year. Well, not quite a year, but maybe 8-9 months, something like that. You know, just because like I say, it wasn't. I was kind of doing it when I was already doing something else Other than the ones kind of around my local area, if I was on a trip doing something, already, I would just kind of bring a few of the, treasures with me and bury them on the way. So it took about, I don't know, 8 or 9 months to kind of bury them all. And then it probably took me, all this last winter, to kind of figure out the concept, put them together into videos, and then get the videos made, and then get the website made and get it up online. So that probably took me 3 or 4 months to do that. And then, and with that, as I'm sure it kind of never ends. You're always trying to update stuff and you're trying something that might not work out that well. So then you do something else. So I think that end of it will kind of go on forever. But it was quite a bit of work, really, but it was fun. It wasn't, it was something I wanted to do.
Well, it's nice to know, because generally once a year I travel all the way up into Idaho, and so through Utah and Idaho.
Yep. Well, check them out. Yeah. Yeah. If you're driving by one, spend a couple hours, try to figure one out.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So do you do all this by yourself, or do you have anybody helping you, or just you?
No. So I did it all by myself. My wife was kind of with me on some of the berries, so she was kind of there, but it's kind of my own endeavor. I did have a guy doing the video edits, and putting all that kind of stuff together, because that's just kind of out of my wheelhouse. So I had him help, but everything else was just me, as far as the berries go, and concept and the website and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so when you're burying them, are you sitting there and you're laughing to yourself as you're burying these things? And
like I say, it is really fun, and I always kind of got to watch out make sure there's nobody around you when you're burying it, that look and see what you're doing. And actually probably the hardest part of it all, and I don't know if it was hard, but it was kind of the most taxing, was trying to come up with clues. That funny enough, that was kind of harder than I, thought it was going to be, because you gotta have something that, help. Like, the clue needs to help, but at the same time, the clue can't be so much that it just tells you right where it is, So trying to find that middle ground was a little bit more challenging than I initially thought it was going to be.
Well, you gave a clue between the borders of Utah and Arizona, and I'll tell you what, there's not much touching borders there. So, and knowing you ain't going into the cold, so you like the warmth. And if you take how long you've been doing it, when you started doing it, was there snow on the ground? Was there not? Would probably lead into an area. So.
Yep. Yeah, you might. I mean, yeah, take all that, and you could probably narrow it down pretty darn close.
So going in from Utah would have to be up around Kanab and all of them areas.
Possibly.
Yeah, you ain't giving any hints, huh?
No. Well, if one would kind of look at just how you would travel, I guess. Obviously, there are going to be probably along corridors, highways, trails, stuff like that, and I will say that I'm from Montana. I live in Montana, and so I was traveling north and south, I guess, and it's in those states, so it should help narrow stuff down a little bit.
Well, you already did St. George, and if you keep going, the other passageway is over around the Fredonia area, and I think that's Fredonia, and that's kind of cold, and that's snowy up in there. So, and then the other one is Flag, and then you can leave the Flag and cut over, and you go up in through there. So, depending on how you're traveling, and if you're in the warmth, one could almost start taking some of them places, and and
then trying to using that deduction, and then looking at the videos, and then kind of narrowing down the landscapes of where it could or could not be.
So what number is that one? Do you know offhand? 16 or 18? The one that's buried between Utah and Arizona.
Oh, that is 18.
18.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So why don't you give us just a special clue then?
Oh, sure. I guess I'd have to think about it here. Let me look at it one more time. And then, sorry.
That's just anybody just watching this, you know.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the only one they'd ever see it.
Yeah, let me just look at this real quick. I'm just watching the video real fast here just to kind of refresh everything, and then maybe I'll get something back in my head. You know, I did give some other clues. If you go to the video on the YouTube channel, I did give some other clues about where it is, like in the comments, because a few people were asking, or they made some comment, and I replied back, and so you can find some other clues in there. But it is, let's see here, what could I say? It is, you cross through 3 states real fast.
Okay. Well, then we know exactly where that's at.
That's got to be a pretty good clue for everybody. Now, where exactly it is along all that, you know.
In all them states, yeah.
Yep.
So, well, you kind of said earlier something. So, if they piece that together with that there, you'd have an idea.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of traveling. I used to travel up to Colorado all the time.
Yeah, okay. Where did you go up there?
I used to go like just below Steamboat. I used to hunt up there.
Okay, yeah, that's a beautiful area. I've been through there a few times. It's been a long time at this point, but it's beautiful there for sure.
I used to camp in Dillon. I used to have mining claims over by Bannock.
Oh yeah, and right in Montana here. So
yeah.
That's not far from. I'm out of like Manhattan, Ennis, you know. So I'm not in Ennis, but kind of between Ennis and Bozeman, and so that's not too far from me actually.
Yeah.
Did you ever find anything up there on those claims?
Oh yeah. There's gold up in there, but yeah, I used to love to stay at Dillon, and I'd come up through the pass, coming down through Idaho. Would I cut over through there? I can't remember what that is. If that was Coeur d'Alene, come through Moses, Washington, and then into Idaho, and then cut down into is it Missoula? I think it is, ain't it?
Missoula is west of here. Yeah, I guess I don't know the exact route you're talking.
And then and then I'd come down and I ended up staying in Dillon.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Dillon's a nice place. It's a nice town. The area around there is nice. The mountains out there are great. There's a lot to do. A lot of snowmobiling, ATV stuff, skiing, kind of a little bit of everything if you're into the mountain stuff.
Yeah, I'm into mountain stuff, but not the snow stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll tell you what. The longer I live here, the more I don't like the snow, and sort of the reason I get down into Arizona and Utah a lot in the wintertime.
Yeah. No, my dad used to always love to go up like Flaming Gorge and fish in Montana and all that. He loved that up in there.
Oh yeah. Beautiful. You can't beat the scenery, you know. You know that it's just the winter. Winters are pretty long here in Montana where I'm at, so we don't get much summer. But got to get down there.
We don't hold that against you.
Thank you.
let me find out. Oh, I keep throwing my papers away. God, what did I keep doing it for? Oh. Okay. So you said there was 25 treasures or what you did out there, and out of them 25, you've only released from 16 to 25 so far. So there's still all the way up to 16 that you haven't even released yet.
Yeah, correct. Yep. And I'm thinking, you know, because my whole goal was to release about one a week. But then when we first started, the treasures were like, they were too easy to find. Because I think people were finding them, you know, we would release one and it would be found the next day, you know, almost instantly. So I was like, well, now we got to make them a little bit harder. So, you know, I think we released maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember how many it was. And they got found just instantly. So then we kind of started making the clues a little bit harder. So I have like a set of clues with video and picture and like complete for each treasure, and instead of releasing it all at once, what we kind of did is we kind of divided it up. So, you know, we'll release like the written clues and like a couple of pictures first, and then if nobody finds it, I'll release, you know, like the next week I'll release more pictures and maybe like a 360 video of the area. And so anyway, that's kind of extended out my week on week situation. And so it's going a little bit slower than I initially thought. So I've been trying to brainstorm and figure it out because I want to get up. I will say too, most of all these other treasures that are buried, I haven't released yet, are in northern areas, or at least more northern areas. So I kind of want to get them all out there before wintertime. So I might start releasing more of them. Maybe do like a block of them one week, maybe do like 3 or 4 one week, and just so there's multiple ones out there that people can like look at and try to figure out. And maybe if one is close to their house, they can go find it or whatever it might be.
So did the Forrest Fenn treasure excite you to do any of this type of stuff?
Yeah, so I knew about it, of course, because it was pretty famous. But no, I never did go looking for it or anything else like that. I don't know if like subconsciously I kind of dreamt this up, knowing about that sort of thing. But no, I didn't really try to mimic it after that or anything like that. But it was cool. I mean, it is awesome, and it sounds like somebody really did find it. It sounds like it might have been in Colorado. Is that where it was, if I remember right? I think.
I don't remember. I heard about it. I hear everything too late.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's kind of how I was too. But that one was out there for a long time too. Multiple years. I think that one was.
Have you heard that? That guy that what was that book there? That's this The Secret, the treasure hunt. Have you heard of that?
I'm not familiar with it. No. Huh.
I think he died, but he hid treasures all across the United States, I guess. And then he gives like these weird pictures and drawings, and people did things on how to solve the puzzles. And
neat.
But I guess
so is that real? Have people found some of them?
Some of them's been found, but some of them's never been found.
Huh.
And they're still out there, so they might be in parks or.
Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. What was it called again?
They're like weird pictures, and you got to try to decipher the pictures. The Secret, the treasure hunt.
The Secret, the treasure hunt, huh? It looks like he was like an artist. It looks like, huh?
I don't know if he did it or not, but that was just the tale. I guess they're keys or something. If you find the key, you get some. But the family's still honoring, I guess. So they're like pictures, and if you take the picture and then you got to try to decipher it against a map and stuff like that. But only a few of them has been found out of. I don't know how many was buried, but 12 of them. I guess 12, and there's only been over $10,000 in precious jewels are buried, or what they are. But only a handful of them's been found.
That's pretty neat. I'm gonna look into that. How long ago was that? What was the years on that?
Let me see what this book says. This book says 2018.
Oh, okay. So it's not that long ago, huh?
No. And then I say you can go on the web and there's people posted all these other maps and tells you about the clues and where they think they're all at in the different states and the secrets of. But anyway, so it's kind of cool, that whole concept of the treasures throughout the thing, and then try to go find them. And like I said, I did that on one. I buried a little box, and
did someone find that one? Sorry.
Yeah, they found both of them.
Nice.
One person said they found them because they looked at the pictures in the background, and they went up there and compared until they saw the soft dirt.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
But, so you learn from your mistakes.
You do. Yeah. Well, that's just it. Going into something like this, there's infinite questions and things to know, and you just simply can't know everything when you first do it. And so you do what you can, the best you can, and then as people find it and interact, you learn what to do and what not to do, and all that kind of stuff. So it is neat. It's it's kind of a never-ending learning curve. Even on our end.
So all of these treasures that you buried, you don't need anything special, like you don't need a metal detector to try to find anything or nothing like that.
No, yeah, I did, all the treasures, or so-called treasures, the $100 bill and the waterproof things are only about 5-6 inches underneath the ground. I didn't want to obviously do any damage digging things up and all this kind of stuff, and nor did I want anyone to have to actually have equipment to find these things. It's more of almost like a geocaching scenario. So most of them you can probably just dig out with your hands. Maybe like a little garden trowel will help you just do it a little bit easier, but that's about all you need. And I'm thinking. So 1 second. These are what they're buried in, these waterproof cases. And so and I was looking at them, and I don't think that they have any metal in them. For instance, if you wanted to use a metal detector when you got close, I don't see any metal, so I don't know if that would. I don't think it would help. I guess having one.
No, I think those are for you put your cell phones when you're going.
Yeah,
out
right.
in the
Yeah,
water.
they're kind of like a swimming cell phone type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no metal. But I was thinking maybe you could do some for metal detector hunts. You know, you put a silver coin.
Yeah,
or something
no, that's
in
a
there.
great idea. See, this is the kind of stuff I need to know. For another genre of people that are into more of the metal detecting, I kind of incorporate that into the next ones. That's neat. I like it.
And then people go out there and then they start metal detecting and they find some ancient artifact and that you led them close to it. And then they say like, woohoo. And then you say, well, hey, I want a piece of that. I led you there.
Yeah. Right. Finders keepers, I think, on that.
All right. I know you said that you had another event or something. You had.
Yeah. I do. Apologize. I do have a dinner, a dinner that I got to go to basically. So I should probably get going pretty soon here. Maybe another 5 minutes or whatever works for you guys.
Okay. So somebody Wayne just says post. So tell us again what exactly that you've done for anybody that came in late and all that type of stuff. What it is you're doing and done.
Yeah. So just to kind of recap, I created You Find Treasure, and it's a YouTube channel primarily, but a website goes along with it. And to date, I buried 25 different treasures, and just throughout the Western United States. And what I've done is just create clue videos, and I put them up on our YouTube channel and our website. And all you got to do is just simply go watch the YouTube channels. Make sure you're looking at an active treasure. It will say on the page if it's active. And currently, right now, the two that are buried that are active are 16 and 18. And all you got to do is watch the videos. If you can figure out where it is, go to it, dig it up, and it's yours. $100 bill. And then once you do find it, send us a message on our website, just telling us that you found it, and just take like a quick snapshot of you holding it or whatever you want to do. And then if you do that, we'll send you another $50 just to declare your find, just so we can keep track of what's been found, so people aren't out there looking for stuff that's not there. I mean, that's the whole reason, I guess, behind the extra $50. So, and with that $50, what we've done is whatever works for you guys. We can send it through PayPal, through Zelle, Venmo, just kind of any one of those type of things. That's how we've been shooting the people the extra $50.
So I couldn't just go get one of them plastic bags and then put $100 bill in and say, Kyle, I found it. I found it.
Yeah, I thought about that too. And so I have written codes on each one of the bills.
Okay.
So I got to just see the code and I can match it up. And then also I have the serial numbers associated with each of the bills. So for instance, Treasure 16, I know what serial number the $100 bill is.
Oh, okay. So people just can't say, send me $50.
Yep. So I at least thought of that, before I got too far.
Okay. How far? Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to answer, Paul. No, there is not anything on the East Coast right now. It's not saying I will not do that. I think what I'm trying to do right now is just get through these 25 that we've got out there, and just kind of see how much interest we generate. If we can generate enough interest and people are liking this, by all means, my plan is to continue to do it. But I probably won't bury anything new until possibly this fall. Or depending upon timeframes, next spring.
So how far east did you go?
Wyoming, I guess, if you can call that east. But I will say that the treasures are buried in Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. But currently all the treasures in Arizona have been found.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
I know. That's funny because I had that one peg, man. I did a lot of studying on that one.
Yeah. But
that was
So we do have a lot of fans in Arizona because obviously that's kind of where it really took off with that whole newscast thing. So this fall and winter when I start to get back down into Utah and Arizona, more than likely I'll be burying some more down there just because I know there's a lot of people down there are liking it and want to just keep doing it. So.
Well, I like to travel every year, and I travel all over. So maybe you'll just have to give me a bunch of money, and I'll go bury them for you.
Yeah, I might not hear from you again, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll work this end, you work that end. We'll collaborate.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm open to that, to be honest with you.
But, yeah. No, seriously, we could get them from both ends of the market.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, no. If you need anybody to help you out, I'll be more than willing to, man. That sounds like
awesome. Yeah. Maybe we should chat. Email or maybe grab your number after this is over and maybe give you a holler sometime. So
yeah, I'll send you my number.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So.
Hey, all right, Kyle. So anybody, I got to ask you before I let you go. Parting question. Somebody kind of wanting to get involved with treasure hunting and all of that, what maybe a little piece of advice you'd give them?
Just the desire to do it, because that's all that I had. I have no special skills in treasure hunting. I have no, I'm not a historian, anything like that. It's just plain curiosity and just, wanting to get outdoors, be adventurous, and just, kind of self-motivate just to start. That's kind of all I did is I just started doing it one day, and I had the idea for a while, and and then I was just like, well, I'm either going to need to do this or not. So I just started, and I just started burying stuff. And I didn't have a website, I didn't have a YouTube channel, didn't have anything when I buried all this stuff. Just simply motivation and the desire to want to do something. Obviously, if you want to get serious about it, it takes, I think it takes a lot. It takes a lot of resources if you're looking for massive treasures, like sunken ships and things like that. But for somebody that's interested in just getting outside, I think, even like the geocaching stuff is a great way to start. Super easy, doesn't really cost anything. And then just kind of, once you kind of hone your skills of detection, going with bigger and bigger things. So.
No, that's cool. To me, in Arizona, I go gold hunting many times I can, but I also enjoy looking for treasure as far as like with old railroad stops and ghost towns and just stuff like that. But metal detecting, I'm into that. So I enjoy that. That's fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think it's just a desire to get outside and do something. And, and the history part of it is cool too. I really like that. And that's probably what pushes me to like that, total treasure thing in the first place, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, spending some time. Wish you much luck and success into your future. And we'll get out there and see what we can find.
Yeah, sounds great, Jack. Thank you so much for giving me a shout and having me on. It means a lot. It's really neat. This is the first, kind of interview I've done like this. I've done a few radio ones and TV and stuff like that, but this is the first other YouTube channel I've been on, and it's awesome, and I appreciate it. So.
Hey, thanks, man. Best of luck. Okay. Talk to you in the future. Okay,
bye-bye.
See you. All right, we want to thank Cal for coming on, giving us some hints. Them treasures. Look for them treasures. I really did start to. I went and looked at some of the videos, and I was writing down all these clues that he kept giving, and I concentrated on one of them, and I think that I found out where it was at. Well, come to find out, somebody already found it. So I'll have to go back and now look at one of the others, and it's just fun. To me, it's kind of like a mystery. It's trying to solve a mystery is what it is. Let's see, Thomas, folks. Yes, Thomas, somebody already asked you what you thought about your Alaska trip. What question I want to ask you, Thomas, is how much gold did you find? Somebody already asked you that, Thomas. I want to know how much gold you found. And I want to ask you, you've been to both places in Alaska, Thomas. Do you have a preference and your difference between them? Brian, welcome. John, welcome. Terry, welcome. David, Thomas. Did I miss anybody? Paul. That's great. Brian. I think I've seen anybody. Okay, so that was Kyle anyway. So he does have his website. You guys can go on and do that. So stuff that I needed to talk about here. Let's see. We have our New Year's Extravaganza. That is December 28th through 1/1. It's only $200, so you can sign up, reserve your spot on that there. That includes all your meals and your entertainment and a full gold split. We smoke a pig, we do karaoke, we have a band coming in, and we work as a team, and we do a common thing on the gold, and then we split all the gold that we find. So that's a lot of fun. The Patreon outing is November 11th, 12th, 13th. That's going to be up in the Meadview area where I found all my gold at. So if you're one of the Patreons or a channel supporter, you guys are welcome to go to that. If you're not, then you can, support the channel or become a Patreon. Let's see. I saw somebody in here. Where did they go? Daniel Strickland. Their names are in green. That's how I know they're channel supporters, because their names are in green. But if you're a Patreon or channel supporter, you're welcome to come up to the Meadview. That's 3 days. I'm going to bring all my detectors with me. So I'll have the 7,000, the 6,000, and everything else. And everybody will get some gold, because I'll help you get gold and show you where all the gold is at that I've got. I'll probably bring some dry washers too, but we'll have some fun up there then. And I'll probably provide one meal, Saturday night meal or something like that too. I've already heard from a couple people that are planning on being there for that there. Let's see. Temperature, it's 105 right now. It's hot here. You guys know we got a prospecting store here. We sell, Royal and Keen and Geo Sluices, mining equipment. We also sell metal detectors like Fishers and Garrett's, and the XP, the Deus 2s, the ORXs, the Nocta Macro, Nocta Macro. If anybody's interested in anything like that, give me a yell, and we give you an awesome deal. I don't have a preference. They both have things that I like. I want to go back to both. That's cool, Thomas. Did you do some dredging up there? I'm sure you did some dredging up there. Where'd you find the biggest gold at, Thomas? Where you left over keys and ping pong balls are at. Yeah, Paul, that was our grand opening. We had a pilot, had a plane I knew fly over and threw out ping pong balls. Threw out 1,000 ping pong balls. They had numbers on them. 100 of them had numbers on them. If you found one, you got a prize. One of them was a gold colored ball for a gold nugget. Nobody ever found that. But there was ping pong balls. The wind was kind of blowing that day. There was ping pong balls from here. All the neighbors' house, everybody was finding ping pong balls. Anyways, something I wanted to ask you guys. Back in, I think it was like 2006, maybe. It was a long time ago. I went up to Michigan, the upper UP in Michigan, and somebody invited me up there, and I went up there and hunted copper artifacts. Back up there, everything was made out of copper. So I'm going to show you guys this here type of stuff. So there's like hair beads, and these are like sewing needles and points and different things like that there. All types of points and sewing needles and what you call them there, like that type of stuff there. Arrowheads, fish hooks, arrowheads, knife points. Everything was made out of copper there. That's what, the Indians did. And I think it was somewhere around, I don't know, it was a long time ago. I put it that way, when they did the copper stuff. But I just pulled them out of storage, and I was thinking I need to get rid of all of them. And I don't really know how to do that. I don't know if anybody's interested in wanting a copper collection or not, of type of stuff. I've been seeing people selling them on eBay, like one little point or something like that. I guess you could do that too, but I'd probably like to just dump them in a package deal. The biggest was AKU, lots of fine gold and chicken. That's kind of what I thought, Thomas, or at least, that I've heard everything over the years. But that's cool. But like I say, they both have something to offer and all of that type of stuff, so that's cool. Luis Santosor, I just got off topic that you did a video recent about the train tracks where you put the coins on there in the gold. My kids are age 8 and 7, and they had no idea where you were doing that. That was up in area called Franconia in Arizona, just because there's just a lot of trains going back and forth there all the time. Yes, Donkey Engine. It was below Copper Harbor, but yeah, Copper Harbor, Michigan, has a lot of copper. People find, and one thing about when you're up there in Michigan area, this was up around the bottom part of Michigan, but you'll find a lot of pieces of copper like this right here. These are just pieces of copper. It's not float copper, so they're not like the nuggets that you'd find up in the Copper Harbor area. So what these would be like they found a piece of copper and they started to do something with it. They started to smash it to make something, then it broke on them or something. So they would discard it. And you find a lot of these, or they'll find a piece of blank, where they'll take them and they'll start to do something with them, or they don't do anything with them. So you'll find those up there, but you don't find any trash. So if you get a signal, it was a piece of copper, and that was down around the bottom part on the upper UP, or the upper part of Michigan. I think that was called like Little Bay de Noc or something like that. But I spent some time up there in anyway, found all of those type of stuff. Anyways, digging treasure hunter. All right, there's a treasure hunter. Digging Canuck treasure hunter. Okay. So I guess we were talking about treasures. So if you guys want to get out and find some of his treasures, you can go to his website and try to track down one of his treasures. Other than that, that's all I had this week. I think I covered everything I was going to cover. If anybody's got any questions, let me know. One more pan. Yes, one more pan. I've been out running the you guys just saw I've been kind of screwing around with that Geo Sloosh. I mean, it's a decent little machine, and I've been running the little one, but I just wanted to put more throughput in, so I figured, I'll break down and order that big one, the bigger high banker. Man, I can run through some material on that big one too, so that's pretty cool. So I've got more videos on that coming out. But anyways, if you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel at Gold Fever Adventures, go there and subscribe to the channel. We've also got Prospecting Club, all that type of cool stuff. So we got a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, so I'm going to, I guess, head out of here. Unless you guys got something you want to say or talk about, then we won't. Wayne, I heard that you're not doing your watch thing. I guess that's great. We like videos you put out. Thank you. I appreciate that. All your support. I appreciate all your support. But not doing the hunt. And I think people already know about all that type of stuff anyway. So, okay, that is it. Oh, you know what I got to do? I better do this first before I forget. I need to play my commercial here. I got to support the people that support me. So hold on, guys.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States, and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com.
Yes, and if you don't have a subscription to the Mining Journal, call them and say you want a subscription to the Mining Journal and tell them, Gold Fever told me to come to you guys. They like that when you tell them that. These are the excellent magazine for gold prospecting, metal detecting. They talk about all parts of prospecting. So if you don't have a subscription to the Mining Journal, call and get one. Paul, let's see, Brian, I'm interested in joining the club. How many claims near Kingman? Oh, Brian, Kingman, we've got, there's claims over on by Franconia. I think there's 3 claims over there. And somebody lives up in Kingman and they go up to the Meadview, that's where we're finding the good gold is up in the Meadview area. We have 160 acres up there in Meadview. So you can join, I believe, at goldfeverradio.com. There's a button there that you can join on that there to join. Anyway, all the gold from the wheel that we did last week has all been mailed out. I ain't seen a whole lot of pictures of you guys that found or won any of that gold, how much gold you guys got and all of that type of stuff. But show me some pictures in the type of gold that you got. So some of you guys got some pretty nice gold. And maybe next week I got some more gold and we'll maybe do something similar to that there, a little smaller one or something, and give out some more of my gold. I don't keep gold. I give it away, sell it, transfer it, buy whatever I do. I don't hold on to my gold. I just like to take pictures of it and hold on to it. But I found a nice specimen. If you guys saw the video on that last metal detecting one where I did and found a nice little specimen, that'll be probably #1 prize on the next giveaway. Daryl, the ex-partner, was a lawyer and wrote monthly articles in the Mining Journal. He passed away in 2000. His name is Robert A. Yep. Okay, that is an excellent magazine, that Mining Journal. All right. Anyways, no, you never miss the whole show. One more pen. You can always go back and see it. One thing about you guys that watch the show live, you don't have to put up with those commercials afterwards. They put the commercials in it. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys hanging with us. And, they say support the channel, watch the videos, all that type of stuff. I appreciate all you guys hanging. And say hi to all of you guys. Hello, all you guys. Hello, girlfriend. Hello, everybody. So you guys all take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And until our paths cross again, hope to see you guys out in the gold field sometime. Take care, everybody. And until our paths cross again, thanks for watching, guys. Look at that. More gold. More gold. Yes, there is gold in there. Yeah. We like gold. Not a lot, but hey, you know what? There's gold. Let's see how you can see. Oh, that's gold. I see gold. Look at that. Look at all that gold. Woo-hoo, baby. Looking good, huh? Look at it all. Whoa. Nice chunky pieces in there. So that is nice gold.
Get up, everybody, there's nothing to lose. The boss has had you working like a barred mule. But the weekend's here, it's time to let out a yell. Let yourself go, people, let me tell you, there's nothing else like it when you're out here feeling this good. Everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to go. It's all about getting out, and it doesn't even matter if we're finding gold. 'Cause everybody wants to go to my drinking hole. The gold rush days are here. I'm scratching and digging, looking for a bigger man who love that country air. And the feeling that I'm getting, no other compares. What I'd like to do is find a nugget or two. But it's all good when I'm here in the woods. Everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to go. It's all about getting out, and it doesn't even matter if we're finding the gold. 'Cause everybody wants to go to my drinking dredging hole. I got it all gagged down. Don't look now, it's what you're thinking about. Well, the admission price is a bag of ice. Break off a piece of this paradise. Got a hammock tied up to a couple of trees, swinging back and forth to the sound of the leaves. Everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to go. It's all about getting out, you know, and it doesn't even matter if we're fighting the gold. 'Cause everybody wants to go to my dredging hole. Everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to go. It's all about getting out, you know, and it doesn't even matter if we're fighting the gold. 'Cause everybody wants to go to my dredging hole.